All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Prepare Your Shelf for the week of August 12. My name is Amy. I'm one of the buyers here at Schuler Books, and we are excited to talk to you about some books.
Absolutely. I'm Elizabeth. I'm the marketing manager here.
Kick it off.
All right. My first book is called The L, and it's by Theodore C. Van Alst Jr. And he is the co-editor of the anthology Never Whistle at Night.
Oh, yes.
Which was a... Was it a...
It's horror.
It's indigenous horror anthology.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so if you're familiar with that, you're familiar with this author. This is not really the same though, but same author.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a semi-autobiographical novel that follows a group of teenage gang members as they trek across Chicago after this incident happened.
Okay.
So they're gang members tied up in that world, out of survival.
Mm-hmm.
And they're meeting up with other gang members from other gangs to have a discussion of a meeting of the minds, essentially.
Okay.
It ends in gunfire, and so everybody disperses.
Yes.
And now everybody's in panic mode and they have to find their way home. But because they're in these gangs and they all have their territories, they're in the wrong territory, so they need to make their way back.
Interesting.
And this is semi-autobiographical. So the publisher said that they are not going to tell you which parts are autobiographical out of safety for everybody involved.
Sure.
But just know that this author has personal experience with these kinds of topics. So based on a true story, there's definite inspiration from The Outsiders or The Warriors, those classic books. Yep. And they're also calling this a book of indigenous it is indigenous indigenous renaissance. So they're there's just a lot of really great indigenous authors right now, and this is one of them.
Yep.
And so we're really excited about this book, excited about it, plus in Chicago, and we always love a little Midwest rep.
Yep, little local connection. So, I was getting Outsiders vibes when you were starting to talk about it.
Outsiders vibes. Yep. I think it'll be really interesting, kind of adventure story with gangs, and definitely for most people it's going to be a window into a world that they're never going to personally experience. Yep. So
interesting. Fantastic. All right, so my first recommendation is called The Book of Lost Hours by Hailey Gelfuso. This is sort of historical and speculative novel together. It's basically tells the story of two different women with dual timelines. One of them is living in Cold War era America.
Okay.
The other one lives in this mysterious place called the Time Space, which it's a cavernous library where books represent memories of historical events. And there are government people who are trying to get rid of some of those book memories. It's not clear yet whether it is to rewrite history or to edit, or it's not clear the motivation. So the woman who is in this mysterious time space is trying to save these memories. And then the woman who's living in Cold War era America is working with a CIA agent to try to solve the mystery surrounding her uncle's death.
Okay.
So you've got multiple stories, multiple timelines. It is described as having sort of the time travel element and the epic love story of the time traveler's wife. So if that gives you some sense of it. Also the genre mixing of last year's hit, The Ministry of Time.
Yes.
That just, it doesn't quite fit anywhere. And it's also supposed to be for fans of the Midnight Library, of sort of going in and out of memories, or a library holding different times or different options and things like that. So it looks really fascinating. That's The Book of Lost Hours.
It's got cool historical fiction, but with a twist.
But with a speculative twist. Yes. Yeah. Similar to Midnight Library or The Ministry of Time. Yep.
Cool. My second book is a picture book.
It's so cute.
Because we gotta have some picture book representation. This is called At the Rescue Cat Cafe by Anna Humphrey, illustrated by Carrie Rust. And it is an adorable little picture book about a cat cafe and all the cats that live there, and each cat finding their perfect forever home, even the cat that likes to hide and the girl that's not sure if she's ready to get out of her shell, and they find each other. And it's adorable.
The artwork is so cute.
Artwork is so cute. If you are a cat lover or a pet lover or maybe your family is looking to adopt a pet, this could be a good story to read along with that. Yeah, it's great.
Just very cute.
So, yeah.
Wonderful. I've got a weird one for my next one. It's called A Noble Madness: The Dark Side of Collecting from Antiquity to Now by James Del Borgo.
Oh, do you have any collections?
I mean, I collect books.
I do too.
Obviously. I have some dragon type collections and other stuffed animals. I love rocks. So yes. It's apparently the answer. Throw pillows and blankets.
Yeah.
And mugs. I recently discovered that I have no more room for more mugs in my cupboard.
Yeah.
Even though I only use like the same 3.
Right.
I still have. Anyway, off topic. But this is a history of collectors, especially obsessive collectors, and how the cultural view of collecting has changed over the centuries. So it has snippets and vignettes of like ancient looters and emperors and wealthy people who collected just to show off their wealth, and taxidermists who collect animals and give them little scenarios, and bibliomaniacs and bibliophiles and hoarders and even serial killers, and how collecting, there's an idea that if you see a person's collection, you sort of see into their soul or see their personality or something about them. So it goes into that. It's actually for fans of The Art Thief.
I was going to ask, is this a good novel if you like The Art Thief?
So yes, if you read The Art Thief, which was still on bestseller lists, but it was one that we both enjoyed, which is about one of the most prolific art thieves.
Yeah.
But he wasn't in it for money. And that is often the case with obsessive collectors. They're in it for the passion about it.
Right.
It's about the collection and what the collection means to them. It's not about profit or the money.
Right.
It might be to show off money, depending on whether you're showing it off or hiding it and hoarding it.
Yeah.
But yes, if you liked The Art Thief, maybe read The Noble Madness and find out a little bit more about like the psyche and cultural understanding of obsessive collecting. Not just like, oh, I like books, but like to an extreme.
That's really interesting.
So
I
love a weird nonfiction book.
Yeah. All right, my last one is Alchemy and a Cup of Tea by Rebecca Thorne.
Our favorite.
Yes,
we
love Rebecca Thorne. Rebecca Thorne writes cozy fantasy in the vein of Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldry, and others, but that's the closest comp. Rebecca Thorne's also coming to our Ann Arbor store on Thursday, August 14th. So if you are in the area and want to join us there, that would be awesome. We would love that. But this is the 4th and final in the Tomes and Tea series, which is a delightful, cozy, lesbian book and tea loving fantasy. And in this one, the main characters have to fight maybe their biggest problem: tourists. It's a problem, and they're going to have to figure out how to solve that problem for the sake of their book and tea shop. And we're really interested to see how they do that.
Yep, this is a staff favorite series, and Rebecca Thorne is a staff favorite author.
Yes.
So. Well, another favorite author, local author for us, is Molly Harper. We have done several of her launch events, and her books tend to come out around her birthday. So we like to wish her happy birthday and a happy book birthday. Her book, Never Been Witched, is coming out tomorrow. This is the 3rd installment in the Starfall Point series, which is like cozy paranormal romance that takes place on an island that is loosely based on Mackinac Island.
Cool.
So there's a group of witches who descend from the most powerful, wealthiest families or oldest families in the island. And they're just sort of trying to figure out why several of the houses are haunted. There's always ghosts involved. Sometimes the ghosts are in antique objects. So yeah, there's witches, there's ghosts, there's haunted antiques. There's always meddling family members who are trying to like just make them live in a different way. In this one, the witch is sort of setting herself apart from her coven because she knows some things their secrets, and she decides to distract herself from knowing those secrets by helping a wealthy and handsome hotel owner who needs help restoring his historic property, which also happens to have ghosts.
Yes,
Um,
of course.
So there's always something witchy, ghosty, all sorts of shenanigans. Molly Harper, it wouldn't be a Molly Harper book if there were not shenanigans.
We love a shenanigan.
And laughter and whimsy galore. And we do have signed copies of all of Molly's books, so all 3 of the Starfall Point series and her recent mystery rom-com, which is called A Proposal to Die For. So we have signed copies of all those, including this brand new one that comes out tomorrow. So we love Molly, and we're happy to celebrate another one of her books.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us today for Prepare Your Shelf, and we hope you found something that you're excited to read.
Come back next week.